Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review About My Father. And this is from Sebastian Maniscalco, who co-wrote this film, directed by Laura Taruso, and this focuses on a man who's in love with an artist who comes from a very wealthy, original, immigrated on the Mayflower kind of immigrants. And Sebastian's the son of a immigrant, Salvo, played by Robert De Niro, and they all spend 4th of July weekend together, and Sebastian's worried about his dad embarrassing him, ruining his proposal to his girlfriend, Ellie, played by Leslie Bibb, and you have Kim Cattrall and David Raish, who play her parents, Anders Holm, of course, who plays her douchey older brother, and Brett Dyer, who plays her younger brother. This film has its laughs. It is a funny movie. It definitely is its funniest when Maniscalco's leaning on his Italian background and stuff like that, and doing his observational comedy about people. The very beginning of the film is his backstory and his family, and that's one of the funniest moments of the film. It does have its laughs. Some of them are silly and has some lower brow type humor, but in general this is a funny movie. It's also only an hour and 25 minutes without credits. It's brisk, it moves, it has great pacing, it doesn't linger too long, it gets its point across. It does have has a challenging themes about family, and it really, I think how this will hit with you really depends on how you perceive family, because it's definitely 100% is one of those kinds of movies, it's all about family. And if you turn your back on your family, you're a terrible person. And that's exactly what Italian Americans think. It's very relatable. This is very authentic Italian American expression here. I feel very heard. It is very relatable, especially as somebody who is an Italian American. It really works. I think Sebastian does a fine job. He's basically playing an exaggerated version of himself, and it works. Robert De Niro, fantastic. He has some really great moments throughout here. He does a really great job in the film. I think Leslie Bibb's doing just fine. Honestly, her character's not much to it. I do think Kim Cattrall and David Raish are having a lot of fun with their roles. Cattrall playing a very powerful woman who honestly connects with De Niro's character pretty well. Anders is just such a douche, and he plays it so well. There's just, there's certain characters like the younger brother that just feels like a walking cliche of what Sebastian Maniscalco's perspective on Gen Z really is, and it just feels cheap and ridiculous. And there's certain things that aren't as funny. It does lean to a lot of tropes in terms of rom-coms and the clashing of two families, meet the parents, meet the Fockers kind of thing. Really channeling a lot of those kinds of things. It's from a filmmaking perspective, there isn't a ton to just be hey, that was really good filmmaking there. It's funny, it does its job, it has a very clear and impactful and straight to the point kind of theme about family. And I think Sebastian Maniscalco really brings his personality and his culture to the film well, and it's an enjoyable watch. And I think it's worth some time over your Memorial Day weekend. But those are my thoughts on About My Father. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.